Hello everyone, Darkovika here. I'm a little messy. It's fine. I'm a mom. It's mom life. This is going to be a slightly different book club meeting because running off of one of God King R's many great ideas, I think to kind of make up for the fact that I can't really do book club the way that I envisioned it, which was to record a reaction video after every chapter. I think I'm just going to have to recap what I've read every week, and there may be some slight spoilers. I will do my best to keep things relegated to like, okay, now I'm in chapter this, now I'm in chapter that, but I think this is the best way to do it. And that way it's a less regimented book club and we can all sort of share things in the comments and try to spoiler tag as best we can, but I think it's just better this way. So I didn't read any Hood because I was still functioning off of, recording after every chapter, but I'm going to change that around. So I should actually be able to finish Hood this week. What I do want to update on is, so on Monday, yesterday, I uploaded a video of saying that I just got this book. I got this on Sunday, 2 days ago, and I finished it last night. At 11:50 p.m. I put Riley down around like 10:30 p.m. and then I was just like, all right, I can't go to sleep until I know how this ends. So a little background on this. It's a translation from, I'm going to turn this. It is a translation from a Chinese author, oh no, I'm going to say this so wrong. No, it's probably Mo Xiang Tong Ju. Mo Xiang Tong Ju. That's probably not correct in the slightest. I'm so sorry. This is Heaven Official's Blessing, or Diang Guang Sifu. That's horrible. I'm so sorry. That's absolutely not correct. What it is called a Danme. That was even worse than the other attempts. A Danme is a type of book. Oh God, I'm going to butcher this too. It is a type of book where everything is supposed to be very beautiful, and it is written typically, now this is a definition I pulled offline and then of course I forgot. It is typically written by women for women and is usually men loving men, I think. And this is a very slow burn type of love story, which flawless. I love slow burn. Slow burn is my bread and butter. I hate books that move too fast. It's 90% of the reason why I can't read typically adult romance novels, is because they're so eager to get to the smut that they skip over pretty much everything. And I'm like, no, I want this to be so slow burn that it takes 2 books to get to the smut. I don't even care if it has no smut, but it's slow burn. I prefer it. I'm not typically a smut reader, I should say. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I just get very embarrassed when I'm reading it. So slow burn and like soft, wholesome stories are usually my cup of tea, just because I feel like I'm intruding. But anyways, long story short, this is a translation, like I said. It is absolutely beautiful. It's also horrifically frightening, which is amazing. So this is, and there's also these really beautiful works of art in the book, which is very exciting. And it is 100% like a horror novel alongside being a really cute romance novel, which sounds like it wouldn't work, but it does. It is made for me. This is like, I picked this up, and of course, because it's a translation, things are a little funky in the writing, and not everything comes through quite right, and it doesn't matter. It's flawless. It doesn't need it. It is perfect the way it is. It's everything that I've been weirdly looking for, which sounds oddly specific. I have been dying to find... Okay, I love cheesy supernatural stuff, okay? One of my favorite anime is Ghost Hunt. And if you've ever seen it, if you've ever seen the dub in particular, it's horrible. It's terrible. It is so awkward. It's so cheesy. I heard it's nothing like the original books that it's based off of, which I believe are very, very dark. The anime is amazing. It's got some really scary moments, but it's also got some really cheesy, just absolutely like awkward moments. And so this is similar in a way. There's like a whole, so while all this other cute stuff is happening like on the sideline, right? Some dude's skull gets ripped out of his head. Okay, I wish I was joking. I'm not. It's amazing. Some dude's skull gets ripped out of his head. It was amazing. Darkovica 2022. You can quote me on that. Yeah, so I went totally nuts. I'll read you guys the back of the book, okay? A god fallen, a ghost risen. Born the crown prince of a prosperous kingdom, Xielian was renowned for his beauty, strength, and purity. His years of dedicated study and noble deeds allowed him to ascend to godhood. But those who rise may also fall, and fall he does, cast from the heavens and banished to the world below. 800 years after his mortal life, Xielian ascended to godhood for the third time, angering most of the gods in the process. To repay his debts, he is sent to the mortal realm to hunt down violent ghosts and troublemaking spirits who prey on the living. Along his travels, he meets the fascinating and brilliant San Lang, a young man with whom he feels an instant connection. Yet San Lang is clearly more than he appears. What mysteries lie behind that carefree smile? I love it. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's gorgeous. It's so pretty. It's unbelievably pretty. It's also, the tone shifts so much. It's incredible. I'm trying to, there's like a segment somewhere. Also, it has foul language in it. I don't think anyone on my channel cares, but you know, just in case. But let's see. So, okay, here we go. So this is in the prologue. This prince has ascended into godhood. I have already forgotten what tenets this follows, but basically he's like a cultivator, which is, nope, I've forgotten. But he ascends to godhood and then like promptly is kicked out of heaven, and then ascends a second time, and before 30 minutes is up, he is booted out of heaven again. And then like 800 years or so later, he ascends a third time. And so it says, many more years passed. Suddenly one day there was another huge rumble in the sky. The heavens fell and the earth cracked. The ground crumbled and the mountains shook. The lanterns of everlasting light shuddered, the firelights danced in fury, and all the heavenly officials inside their golden palaces jolted awake, every one of them running out to ask each other, which new dignitary has ascended? Such a grandiose entrance! Yet who knew? They had exclaimed in wonder the first second, but in the next, all the deities of heaven were thunderstruck. Weren't you done? That infamous weirdo, the laughing stock of the three realms, the legendary Royal Highness, the Crown Prince, he fucking ascended again. The tone is amazing. I don't know why. It will catch you off guard so many times, and it was very fun. It's a fun read, okay? It is not Charles Dickens, but it is a blast, okay? And I found this at Barnes & Noble, and I was like, you know what? I'm in. I'm grabbing it, because my best friend is actually super, super into these. They have read the books, the translations online before I think they were published here, and then went and watched all of the shows, which, by the way, this is on Netflix. And Funimation has a dub for it, and the dub isn't bad. They actually did more research than I did and looked up how to pronounce the names. So, you know, props to the dub people for that. I heard them pronounce Yan Fong? And I kept saying Fang in my head, and I was like, no, of course it's Fong. What is wrong with me? I'm so bad at this. It's like one of those things where you hear someone else say it and you go, that makes a lot more sense than what I was saying. But it's really good. So that's my book club meeting for today, is just I read this and it was really intense. It was so good that I read it in 24 hours. So, and it is about, how many pages is it? 372, not including the glossary. So it was a good time. It was a very good time. I 100% recommend. There's no smut. It's just, at least not in this one. I don't know anything about the rest of the series, but this one, very sweet, very wholesome. Except obviously about the part where the guy's skull gets ripped out of his head. But you know what? Everything else is great. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.